to turn around and ask it for more proof of. Like, it should just be able to just give it.
Dude, Grok is full of shit, dude. I just said, hey, Grok. This is what I said to Grok. I personally made this observation of ships over the horizon from 14 feet above sea level. Watch the ship sail out to sea over a period of 3.5 hours, and I could still see the entire ship 30 miles away. Does a calculation, says it should be hidden by 600 feet of curvature. Then it says, if the ship was exceptionally tall, with a superstructure 200 to 300 feet high, parts of the ship could remain visible at 30 miles. Motherfucker, you just said 600 feet's hidden. Like, what the fuck? If 600 feet's hidden, how can I see a 300-foot ship?
Right. Oh, we'll just add in a bit of refraction. Sorry?
Well, it didn't say that. It just said a bunch of shit, right? It just said, it's a superior mirage, a Fata Morgana, a freaking looming. It literally just threw all the shit against the wall like a Glober does.
I can't understand who trolls whom.
Oh, sorry, go on.
What? Cuckoo?
Yeah. May I say a word?
What about this?
Yeah. I don't understand who trolls who. Who trolls who?
What does that mean?
Ain't
no one here trolling. No one here is trolling. No one here is trolling. No. You're trolling.
Yeah.
You.
Hey, guys.
You're the pot calling the kettle black. You're going to get muted if you don't fucking rearrange what you're doing.
I have news for you.
You're going to be muted not only in this channel, but every other channel. So you might want to think before you keep speaking.
I have news, okay? News. Do you understand what is news?
Yeah, let's hear it, dude.
Do you know the difference between gyroscope and gyrocompass?
Yeah, I do know. I know what both of them are. You guys always come in here. You think that you have more information than us. You don't. Who's the first manufacturer of a gyrocompass? How are they set up in a... How do they work? What do you have to do to calibrate it? I know the answer to all these questions. Do you? Okay, so stop acting like you know something we don't, because you don't. Okay?
Okay.
You know more about gyrocompasses, gyroscopes than you could ever fucking imagine. So, before you continue, think about what you say. Who's trolling? You.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to say that gyrocompass established on an ordinary aircraft will not change its
They don't put gyrocompasses on aircraft. They put them on ships. They also use them in surveying.
And they do not change their orientation regardless of position?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Depends on where you use it. Yeah.
Okay, so the
further you get away, the further south you go, the worse they work. And you have to punch in your so-called latitude, otherwise it'll never home. And in fact, on a ship, they have a gyro compass hooked up to a magnetic compass to help it home. Of course, you know all this because you're going to teach us about gyro compasses and how they work, right? Is there? Okay, let's do it this way. Say your gyro compass aligns to the so-called North Pole. Do you know what causes that? Or do you have a scientific experiment which can demonstrate the actual causal mechanism?
I don't know why gyrocompass acts this way. I only know that you can establish a special axis for it, and it will maintain its position no matter how you rotate your aircraft.
You're talking You're talking about it at. You're talking about a gyroscope in the
No,
attitude indicator. No, a gyroscope in the attitude indicator of an aircraft. Yeah.
gyroscope shows you the horizon,
Uh,
whereas
attitude indicator.
gyrocompass shows you axis at
Axis
which
to
it
what?
has been
What does a gyrocompass line up with?
any axis that you define.
No.
I could post a
It
video.
aligns north and south.
I could post a video, but unfortunately, I can't post in this chat.
Dude, I can show you a gyrocompass working. A gyrocompass purports
Okay.
to use the rotation of the Earth. Okay? So a feature of a rotating gyro is when there's a force that's asymmetric to its axis, it'll cause a motion in the reverse direction, right? A precession. So what happens is that the way it works is you start one up, you punch in your latitude and longitude, and it takes a few minutes to what they call home in on north. That's the purpose, is so that it always points north. Geographic north, not magnetic north. And they use this in combination with a magnetic compass to get a general northern azimuth. They use them in when they dig tunnels. You know, tunnels like road tunnels or train tunnels. How do they know which direction is north when they're underground? Well, they use a gyrocompass hooked up to their surveying equipment so that they orient their surveying equipment in the correct direction.
Oh, that'd be for performing Euclidean geometry, right?
Gyrocompass is a navigational instrument that uses a spinning gyroscope to determine and maintain a fixed reference direction, typically north, regardless of the vehicle's momentum or magnetic interference. The gyrocompass utilizes a rapidly spinning gyroscope. Due to the gyroscope's inertia, the gyroscope resists change to the axis of rotation, maintaining its orientation in space. As the Earth rotates, the gyroscope's resistance to change causes it to precess or slowly rotate until the axis aligns with the Earth's axis of rotation, thus pointing toward the true north. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, maybe this video will help me.
Why do I need help? I just read what it does, dude. I just read what it does. It does exactly what I said it does.
Well,
where from do you read the Wikipedia?
I actually read AI Overview.
Okay. I just posted.
Okay, I'll read it from SVG Systems. A gyrocompass is an instrument that determines the true north direction based upon the principles of gyroscopic motion in the Earth's rotation. Simrad commercial. So these are people that make gyrocompasses. A gyrocompass is a form of gyroscope used widely on ships, an electrically powered, fast-spinning gyroscope wheel. Hold on, let me read the rest.
Okay, could you please post me a link to the chat so I could read it?
Yeah. These guys make gyrocompasses. Ultra-fast north-seeking gyrocompass from Advanced Navigation.
Isn't the whole thing kind of like contradictory to itself? Because then it'll say that they need to add these extra components in it to make it do what it does, because an ordinary gyroscope
there's the U.S. Navy.
Right, it isn't capable of detecting the curve, the rotation of the Earth, right? So why wouldn't you just use a normal gyroscope, since that's the case?
Yeah,
Because it wouldn't precess. I don't get it.
Gyrocompass is a navigational compass containing gyroscopic motor that registers the direction of true north along the surface of the Earth. I mean, I can go on
Okay.
and on and on and on, dude. Like every single fucking, I'm like, look, this is the way it looks, dude. This is, they say it works because the Earth is spinning and the inertial forces, that the gyroscope resists change in its orientation, and because the Earth is rotating and that has an inertial force, pushes it back in the other direction, keeping everything aligned with north-south.
As I understand from the description, it is a combined device. It's a combination of gyroscope and gyrocompass.
The gyrocompass is a gyroscope.
Yeah, it's
When
got,
gy-
it's no the extra the
No.
extra components are dampeners and pendulous vanes or something like that, isn't it?
No, that's the attitude indicator on a plane.
Oh, okay. No, because I'm sure I read something about the gyrocompass having like a pendulous vane type system which helps it stay aligned, stay calibrated.
The pendulous vanes keep it oriented to down. Because if you
Okay.
make like a sudden maneuver, right? Because the gyroscope is keeping its orientation in space, it'll be tilted
Right.
relative to level. But when the pendulous
Right.
vane opens up, the air squirts out, and then that force pushes it back in the other direction so that it aligns itself vertically.
Right,
Let's
because
read
they could be in suffering really hostile storms at sea and shit.
Yeah. The gyro is basically a damper that's all it's for. Right? So imagine like you want to know which way down is, right? So you hang a weight. But like it'll swing and flip all over the place, right? If you just had like some hanging plumb line. So you damp the motion with a gyroscope. Right? Because the gyroscope resists its orientation changing.
Let's read a little bit more about this device. When the gyrocompass starts moving, the gyroscope resists any changes to its axis of rotation and maintains its orientation relative to the stars.
Relative
Relative to the stars,
So you're
not to the Earth.
geocentrist?
Not to the Earth, but to the stars.
Yeah, so you're geocentrist.
This is what description said.
Is my mic open? So you're a geocentrist.
Yeah, your mic is wide open, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what that means.
The Earth's not moving, the sky's moving.
Do you read my post in the chat?
Well, there goes the rotation
Did
of
he
the Earth
did you
came
hear-
out the window.
Yeah, did you just hear what he just asked you? Because that completely just destroys your point.
You said relative to the stars, correct?
Yes.
Right. So, and Indio said, so you're a geocentrist then?
No. I just read the description of your page.
Right. So, right.
Are the stars
Okay.
moving, or are the stars moving, or is the Earth moving?
I don't understand your question. How is it related to the topic? I read.
Are you understanding what you're reading, man?
Yes, I'm reading.
Okay, what does it say?
System.
What did it say?
The basic principles: gyroscopic inertia and Earth rotation. And then it gives me the same quote that I posted in the chat. The gyrocompass uses the Earth rotation to align itself. As the Earth rotates,
How do you know that?
because it is a description.
No, but how do you
Of,
know that that's what's causing it to do what it's doing? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know what causes it
Okay,
to
then don't
behave
say
this
it's
way, but
don't say it's due to the Earth's rotation because you don't know that.
I'm just reading the description.
Okay, fine, it's fantastic.
And it says
Read.
that Gyrocompass, uh, give me a second,
Yeah, take your time.
ultimately pointing towards excuse me, rotating, maintains its orientation relative to the stars. Okay. For example, if
Which
you
stars?
direct the For example, if you direct a gyro compass to some specific star, it will maintain its orientation no matter of the rotation of your aircraft or any other vehicle. This is what description says. Okay, just read the description.
Does that make it true?
I think yes.
Which one you want to read in the description? You in the description of what am I reading the description of? The video?
No, ASBG systems. The gyro compass SBG
That's the one
systems.
I posted.
Yes, exactly. The basic principles. The second paragraph.
Gyroscopic inertia.
Oh,
Gyroscope
I'm,
maintain a
I'm sorry.
constant orientation. Oh, I'm reading
Yes.
it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Gyroscopes maintain a constant orientation due to their rotational inertia. When the gyroscope starts moving, the gyroscope resists any change to the axis rotation and maintains its orientation relative to the stars. I don't
Yeah.
think that that's actually true. That
You
can't be
don't think?
possibly be true. Yeah, like orientation in what sense? Like the angle? Like if I pointed at a star, like if I align the gyroscope at a star, gonna keep pointing at that star?
And not gyroscope, but gyrocompass.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading the thing. Like if I take a gyrocompass and I point it
Angles.
at a star so that the wheel is aligned with any particular star, let's say it's a star in Orion's belt. I align the gyrocompass to say the star all the way to the left. Boom.
Yes, this
It's
is
gonna
how it
stay.
should behave.
It's gonna keep pointing at that star.
Yes.
I thought that was what's the name of that shit?
It's like
The the mounts, whatever
yeah,
it is.
celestial mount.
Yeah.
No,
But of,
equatorial mount. Equatorial mount.
Equatorial mount. That's it. Yeah. Good job. Fucking going see now,
so,
brother.
so basically, if Earth rotates, this gyrocompass should maintain its orientation. So, from the perspective of, for example, me watching that gyrocompass, it will rotate slowly, maintaining its orientation to the star because from my perspective, sky is moving. It's like rotating, but actually, it is not the stars. It is Earth rotating.
Yeah.
No,
How do you know
the
that?
ship. It's the ship
We
moving.
keep asking you, how do you know it's the Earth moving, and you just keep like, whatever.
Because of that device behavior.
Oh, okay. So let's say we have a bucket. It's filled to the top with water, and we spin the bucket. The top of the water makes a concave surface. What's the spinning relative to?
Wait a second.
Let's say we take away all the scars of Earth. There's nothing. All we got is just the bucket, and we spin it. Why does the surface go concave? This is a famous thought experiment that's never been solved, and it has something to do with yours. There's no such thing as absolute space in the globe paradigm. So there is no orientation relative to the stars.
just because of gyroscope inertia, nothing more. Inertia.
I think
Ernest
the
Mach,
problem.
like Mach speed, dude. You heard of like Mach speed. Ernest Mach and Newton came up with this experiment. So I'll show you a diagram. If you rotate the bucket, it'll become convex on the surface. What's the bucket spinning relative to? The Earth? The stars? What? So just sitting there saying, well, I know the rotation of the Earth causes it. No, you don't know that. You can't even do the experiment required that would know that. So we know how to conduct a scientific experiment to determine the cause of some effect we
Okay.
observe. So hold on. So you observe an effect. The fucking gyrocompass appears to rotate relative to your perspective. Okay, how do you figure out what causes that?
I
Do an
really don't
experiment.
know. I
Yeah.
don't know what causes that.
Yeah, nobody knows. Okay, it's okay. Nobody knows because that experiment can't be done. Just they teach it in school as if it's been solved, but it hasn't been solved. This is a freaking
May-
400-year-old problem that hasn't been solved. They don't know because they don't know what causes inertia in the first place.
Maybe you would like to watch the video from my
Dude, watch
link.
the video, dude. I could show you videos too. Of freaking Eric Waithwaite
Yes,
picking up a
I
fucking
watched.
spinning fucking weight with one hand.
Maybe you'll be interested in
Have
watching
you ever
my
seen any
video.
of Eric Waithwaite's videos? You know who that is?
What?
Eric Laithwaite. He was physicist scientist.
Oh, I would like to watch it too. If you will
Yeah, let me
give
show
me
it
a
to you.
link.
It's super interesting.
Yeah, post me your link. I will post you mine.
Okay, I looked at yours.
So what did you see? Does it work?
Somebody playing with gyroscope.
It talks about gyrocompass, not gyroscope.
What they show is not a gyrocompass. It's a gyroscope.
At least description of the video
Yeah,
says that.
that's fine. That doesn't matter. It can say whatever. I know what it shows in the video. I don't care what they title it. If they titled it frickin' Harry Potter's fucking magic wand, that doesn't mean that's Harry Potter's magic wand. I'm watching the video. I see a run-of-the-mill gyroscope. It's not a gyrocompass.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying is you can look up the design, right? What a gyrocompass looks like, and it doesn't look like what's in that video. It's mechanically not the same.
Okay, I'm watching video and I will disconnect for a while.
Oh man, I was going to show you the gyrocompass. Man, bummer.
Is anybody on PC? Are we doing an event right now?
Are we?
I don't think we are. I haven't checked in a while, but I don't think we are. No, we're not. So if you wanted to start one, there doesn't seem to be anything going on. We'll definitely get a bunch of Globers in here if you're on P. Oh, he left. I think he misunderstood what I was saying.
The globers are rotating their heads right now.
Hey, Miguel, how you doing, brother? No, I was just saying, last night it was pretty dead, and we got some people in once we launched an event. And earlier, DJ was going to launch one, but there was another event going on. So the way it works in this server, if there's an event going on, we can't launch an event, right? But if there's no event going on, we're welcome to launch as many events as we want, right? So since there's nothing going on, I was asking if Indio was on PC, because if he's on a PC with his moderator status, he could start an event and label it whatever he wants. Me, I can only use Discord on my phone. So even though I'm a mod, I can't launch events. So that was all I was trying to tell him.
Yeah, but again, how are you gonna understand yourself that for example, Earth is ellipsoid without any knowledge in physics, in I don't know, any other science topics?
Well,
It's
that goes back to my question before, dude. If it's an ellipsoid, that's a geometric object, right? You're dealing in geometry.
Yep.
Why do you need to be a physicist to do geometry?
I mean, it's not about purely geometry. The idea that our Earth is ellipsoid came to us not far ago. How to say it in English? Like I cannot. I live on the Earth. I don't know. I cannot measure. I cannot determine its shape. If I know geometry, how would I do it?
Well,
So
here's
You're saying it's not an old notion, is what you were saying. You're saying it's not an old idea. It's a newer idea that it's an ellipse.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, check this out, dude. Right? Even if you couldn't measure the entire object, right? So let's say I have a basketball, right? And I got a really, really small ruler, right? Such that I can't necessarily, put the ruler right next to the whole basketball and gauge, okay, this thing is a foot in diameter, right? Because the ruler is only like an inch or a couple inches or something, right? You could still take that ruler and measure smaller aspects of the basketball, right? Which you can then use to determine certain properties of it, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, for example, right, I got this basketball. It's 1.5 feet in diameter or whatever it is. I got this small ruler. Hey, maybe I can't measure it's a non-flexible ruler either, right? So I can't wrap it around the entire thing or whatnot, right? But oh shit, maybe I can measure incremental steps of the basketball, and see how much curvature the basketball has over a certain distance, right? Because I have a proper tool for that. I can at least do that, make some sort of determination of the nature of the basketball, even though it might not be the primary question, at least yet, because I don't have such a large enough tool. I could still at least approximate some aspect of it and then extrapolate out from there. You see what I mean?
Yep.
Right? So, of course, no one has a giant fucking 5,000 mile or 10,000 mile long ruler that they can just wrap around the earth and okay, here's the measurement of it. But that doesn't matter, right? Because you can do surface analysis over certain distances, right? Because here's something to consider, right? A basketball has curvature, a plane does not. If this object does not have curvature, can it be a ball?
You're me, right?
Yeah. Here's an object. Okay. It has no curvature, but we know all balls or spheres or ellipsoids or whatever do have curvature. This thing does not have curvature. Can it be a curving object like a sphere or an ellipsoid?
No, it's not gonna. It cannot be because all the
There you go.
ellipsoids have curvature. So, yeah.
Right. There you go. So that's one idea of what we're talking about, is people have gone out and tried to measure this aspect of the supposed ball that we stand on, and they find no curvature. Thus, it can't actually be a ball or ellipsoid or whatnot, because it doesn't satisfy that basic property.
But what
You know
about
what I mean?
like?
So
what if
overall, it
it's-
is a geometry. So just my point being, sorry to interrupt, but it is a geometric question. Is all I'm trying to get at. Go ahead.
I mean, what if it's just an illusion of your mind, or your like your perception, how you see this world, like. And of course, we see all this, like, for example, videos from astronauts from the outside the Earth, and we see like an approximate shape of our Earth.
Via what? Via their videos?
Yeah, of course. We can see it's
Okay.
kind of roundish, like ellipsoidish. I don't know.
Have you validated those videos or images?
No, I just believe them.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, there's your first problem.
But again, why would they lie to us? Why would they
That's a whole other
Photoshop
question.
them?
That's an entirely different question. But here's the thing: if you don't
it's
know
crazy.
why they check this out, right? If by fact you don't know why somebody is either misrepresenting something either deliberately or by mistake, right? The fact that you don't know why that would be happening, does that mean that the information is true just because you don't know why they're saying something that's wrong?
I mean, it's not. But again, there's no any point in faking it. Like,
How do
for
you-
what? Just
Well, here's a
just
good
to
question
prove
for
that.
yourself, sir. Here's a good question for yourself. How did you
Okay.
make that determination that there is no point for somebody to, quote, fake something? I'm not saying they're faking anything. You know, it is very much possible that they're just misguided and they misunderstood and they just believe something that you do and are, you know, balls deep into this endeavor to, you know, really getting into the weeds, right? I don't know. But my point is, what is my point? Yeah,
I don't know, just common sense. Just common sense. It just comes from my common sense.
it is common sense because we're taught this from a young age. So of course, you know, I mean, it's just a given that it must
I don't
be
know,
true.
man.
I know. It's a difficult question, dude. But that's what these channels are, or these rooms are trying to, not enforce, but encourage you guys to consider. Right, these thought process, that things that we just taken for granted because we just heard it when we were a kid and it's been reinforced in our culture throughout our upbringing. Taking a step back and assessing, hey, hang on, is this thing actually true? It's a great exercise overall, and applied to this question, you know, the topic of the room. It's a very big question, very important in many people's view. So we're just encouraging you to consider that.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind living on a flat Earth. Fucking who cares?
I mean, nothing, practically speaking, arguably nothing would change for you, except you would just have one extra factoid that's actually accurate. You know, instead of carrying around this idea, and instead of carrying around this idea, oh, you live on a ball, it's like, oh shit, I live on a planar surface. Yay! It's just like, okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you a believer? Like in a Christian or Islamic or whatever?
Yeah, I'm a theist. Yeah.
Atheist. Oh, okay.
So I am, I am one person who is theist.
Theist.
Yeah. I'm Christian leaning, let's say. I was raised Catholic. You know, I have overall questions, but generally leaning in that direction.
No, so what's your belief? Like, you're leaning towards Christianity, but you're a theist, or I don't know. So sorry.
No. I am not atheist. I am theist.
No,
I do believe.
I'm sorry. My pronunciation is shit. I mean, theist. You're leaning towards Christianity, but in fact, you're just a I'm
about this?
confused.
How about this? Right. I believe that there is a higher power, that there is a God, and the document known as the Bible, right, has many things in it that I think are accurate. Some I don't know for sure. That's all.
Okay, gotcha, man.
But that doesn't matter, man. That's me personally. It's secondary to the issue here.
So, what's your belief on like the shape of the Earth? Do you believe that it's ellipsoid or what?
I used to believe that it was a giant ball. I don't think that to be the case anymore because of the material.
Hello?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, hello. You believe the Earth is flat?
Disha, do you mind maybe stepping back a little bit? We're finishing up a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Finish the conversation.
Just briefly. That's all.
Let's finish it, man.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I don't know. I ended my speech. I don't know.
Weren't you asking a question before Disha jumped in?
No, I don't have any questions, man.
Oh, okay.
It's all clear.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't mind your point. It's your reason is good.
My point is, I used to think we're on a ball. People in these rooms have pointed out that it can't be a ball as stated, so therefore, it can't be a ball as stated. Period.
If it's ellipsoid, why when I jump I stay in the same place? It should be flat.
Well, I mean, you can jump to that conclusion. I wouldn't necessarily start that. But you're the one that's
it's one of the arguments.
The thing is, you're the one claiming it's the ellipsoid. Oh, do you know that?
Yeah,
and you've already said time and time again that you don't actually. But you're gonna die on that. You're gonna die on that hill. It's like, okay, you're allowed.
I'm literally a believer because I'm not a physician. I'm not a physics man. I'm not a mathematician. I'm just a fucking programmer.
But neither are we.
I don't know shit.
But neither are.
So.
But neither are we. And I write software for a living as well. Okay, you don't have to be a physicist.
Okay, good one, man.
Yeah, dude. Like you're not talking to a bunch of highfalutin academics here.
Of course,
right? Not necessarily.
Of course.
Some people in these rooms are in their respective fields, and they just so happen to come across this topic, and they're like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? But you don't have to be a PhD to understand this stuff. This is grade 9 or grade 8 geometry. This type of questioning.
Dude,
it's just.
I mean, you can be. Fuck, I forgot the word. You can be doubtful, right? Doubtful, I guess, the right word.
Sure.
You can be doubtful about it.
Of
course. But there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's.
Why not? Why don't you just ask questions?
You either become doubtful for entirety of your life, or you just believe that the Earth is ellipsoid. I just decided that the Earth is ellipsoid. It's just.
What do you mean by that? You don't have to be doubtful for your entire life. What are you talking about?
But you cannot. So you have to go to that physics shit and figure out what they're talking about, their arguments, and it's
what's wrong with
hard,
that?
And I don't know.
I understand that. This is a very intricate topic because there's a lot involved, right? Some people would argue, okay, there's theology involved, but not necessarily, right? But then there's geometry, there's a little bit of physics, there's philosophy.
I don't know.
There's also things tied into the argument, that's for sure. It doesn't mean you have to be an expert in every single one, let alone one at all, to understand the position.
Yeah, you don't need to, but you need to spend a lot of time in it. There's just better
now I
things to do
understand.
in life.
So now I think I understand. So, yeah, okay, it makes sense, right? You're just lazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm fucking lazy.
Okay,
Like,
well
it's
then,
not, dude. Wait. I'm sorry. It's not.
Like,
It's
never
not.
mind. Take it
It's
away,
not the
somebody. Go ahead,
laziness.
John.
It's not the. It's not the laziness. It's just a lack of ambition, a lack of desire. Like, why do I need to do that? Like, there's better things in life to consider. This is
You
fucking
don't need.
some arbitrary
Well, here's the thing, dude.
shit.
This is your choice. You have
Yeah, of
every
course.
right to choose what you want to do about this information. We don't care necessarily if you say, "Oh, I'm a flat earther now." That's your job to choose that or not. The point is, here's the
Yeah.
information. Or leave it. If we're wrong, we want to know. Believe you me, if I'm incorrect on this, and I'm pretty sure most people in here go with this, if we are incorrect, we want to know. Because the thing is, I see it as I was incorrect before, and I figured this out. It was difficult for me to stomach that. Felt like an idiot. Couldn't be true. But it's like, okay, there's something to it. So I've been wrong before. I'm happy to be wrong again if it means I'll be right on track.
Dude.
All right? But if you
wait.
happen to know for sure what is going on, please tell us.
Yeah, I have a solution. Why not earning enough money and go to space and see yourself what the shape of Earth is? I'm sorry.
Do you really think that's a viable solution, sir?
Yeah, of course it is. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go through the logistics, right? What does that entail, and what would it prove?
You will see yourself the shape.
Okay, how high do you have to go?
Very high. But it's not high now. It's not that high. It's not the half. It's not that high. It's the.
How high is not high?
The same. That's the same amount of highness as you see on the videos that you doubt.
Okay. And how high is that?
Yep. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so you don't know. Here's the thing, Daniel. You don't know what you're talking about. You're grasping at straws to try and justify your position. You've already told everybody that you just believe what you believe, and you're kind of just saying, "Oh, well, I'm."
No.
You know what I mean? Like, dude. The thing is, do you think there are people in these rooms, okay, who have been talking about the subject for over a decade? Okay, these arguments that you're talking about, that you're mentioning now, this is probably for some people in these rooms. Okay, Michael, not necessarily myself included, but closely. Okay, we've heard this stuff hundreds, if not thousands, of times. Same arguments that go nowhere because they're illogical. They have no merit.
No. Because
here's the thing, right? All this. Watch this. The story that we're told about where we are. All this stuff that you're talking about supposedly was done before, right? Radius measurement of the Earth, determining the size of the ball, all this stuff would have been necessary prerequisites for everything else being done, like quote unquote space exploration, satellites orbiting the Earth, et cetera, et cetera. Where is the source material for all this? No one's really been able to bring that to the table, except stuff that would suggest that maybe this is correct, or we assume this, that, the other thing, but nothing concrete. Okay? So before we do something, we want to see what was done before, so as to not need to, do something for nothing. Right? We're starting here first. Right? I don't know about you, but I don't have the funds to go up into a rocket and risk my life,
Yeah, me neither, man.
So let's be realistic, right? Let's be realistic. So let's start with the knowledge base and then work our way to the present from the past. That you think that would be reasonable, right? And there are many people in here who can help you along that way, man. There's a lot of questions. Okay, I'm sure you have some, but you have to be willing to receive an answer. You don't have to take it, but You don't even seem willing to ask the question.
Yeah, I don't. So because I don't care, pretty much. But again,
Then why are you
on the
here,
subjective,
man? There's probably other people in this room that would be willing to talk to us, but here you are, hogging the mic.
I don't know, man. It's fucking
I'm not
3
saying you have
a.m.
to go.
in the morning.
I'm not saying
What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you
Well,
want
what
at
the fuck
3
do
a.m.
I
in the
want?
morning?
Watch this, dude.
I just
I'll tell you-
joined
Mike,
a
he's here.
random.
He's here because he
I'll
ran
tell you-
away
I'll tell
from
you-
a religious discussion. He's here
Yeah,
because
I'll
he
tell you
ran away
this.
from a religious
Yeah.
discussion.
I'll tell you this, dude.
I'm
I'll tell you
sorry.
what I want. I want to have a cordial conversation with someone who's willing to have, the same thing.
No,
Back and forth,
dude.
sharing information, resolving disputes, and moving forward on better grounds than before. And right now, you're kind of just
Okay.
skating. You're skating in figure eights, dude. You're not going anywhere.
Okay, on this subjective level, you can figure it out whether Earth is ellipsoid or not by
Subjective
going
level.
into the
What do you mean
space
by subjective level?
on
What does
your
that mean?
perception, on your perception level, as you perceive the world. Okay.
Okay. So if I
So
perceive something, it means it's true.
No, it's not true on your subjective level. That's why I specified it, man. What the fuck?
I don't understand what you're getting at, dude. Something is either the case or it's not. Either I'm sitting on this couch or I'm not.
No, wait.
Right?
I'm not trying to prove it objectively. I'm not trying to say that the Earth is ellipsoid objectively, right? Because, well, we decided that we cannot prove it, right? Because
No.
not everyone have money to
here's
go
the thing.
into space.
Now, don't put words in my mouth, dude. You decided in your mind that it can't be proven. So that's where you're stuck.
Oh,
You
you
understand?
decided it, man. You
Did not
decided
say
it, man.
it can't. No, I just disagreed with your method as being viable.
Okay, I understand.
Don't
Okay, I'm
misunderstand
sorry.
me, dude. Right?
Okay, I understand.
There are better alternatives, dude. And if you're willing to listen, I'm sure many people in this room would be willing to share with you the methods that were done, but you don't seem to be willing to go there. And that's your choice. You're allowed to.
No, I'm listening. I'm sorry. Yeah, my method's shit. I just decided that on your subjective level, you can prove yourself that the Earth is ellipsoidal by going into space.
But okay, well, watch this. What if it's not
Kind of.
ellipsoid? If you go into space, would it prove it's an ellipsoid, even if it's not?
Then I fucked up.
Yeah, like your method is your rationale behind your method is not.
But we'll see. We'll see, my brother. We'll see.
Check this out, dude. How about this, right? So if somebody goes out and measures drop over distance, right? A non-linear drop over distance, that would suggest that that there's some sort of curvature to the ground, right? Now from there, do we live on a giant hill, like a parabola? Do we live on a ball? Do we live on an ellipsoid? Then those types of questions can arise. But if someone goes out, which has been done, and measures zero curvature to the surface, that nullifies all those possibilities. All right? Simple. You didn't have to go anywhere. Just use some tools and, observation, all this stuff. Work out some math. And there you have it. No need for a rocket. Now, if there's an issue with that method, I would encourage you to point it out so people can stop maybe repeating that method. But so far, I haven't heard of any. You follow?
Okay. I just admit I lost. I lost this debate.
It's not a debate, dude.
Isn't it?
Of course not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry then.
Well,
okay,
think about this
discussion.
Watch this, right? Well, yeah. Well, it's not even a win-lose thing either, right?
Yeah.
Debate's the wrong word. A lot of people throw that around, misappropriately or misappropriating that term. If you and I are sitting next to each other and I say, hey, my foot is 11 inches long. You say, no, it looks 10 inches. We're going to battle for hours on hours debating the size of my foot, or we're just going to measure it and settle it.
you can take a thing that you can measure your foot, right? And so you can decide, like.
Mhm.
So we can objectively.
Right.
Isn't objective? Isn't objective?
That's correct. Now, do you mean to say we cannot objectively determine? Do you mean to say we cannot objectively determine the surface characteristic
I mean,
of the Earth?
if we believe in science, we can objectively determine it because the science decided that we have, for example,
So what science
this
determines it?
I'm sorry, what?
What science or field of science determines shapes of physical objects?
Shape science. I don't. Planimetry. Planimetry. Planimetry.
Planimetry?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bad in English. I don't know how it's called in English.
I've never
It's
heard
like
that word.
I'm sorry. It's the field of geometry that explores 3D shapes.
The flat Earth.
Or what we were talking about.
I'm interrupting.
That's math. Sounds like math to me. That's not science.
Yeah, math science.
No, math is math. Science is science.
No.
So when you're talking,
math is science.
Yes.
Math
no, it's not.
has its
No,
methods.
it's not.
Methods.
No, it's not. You don't go to science class to learn math. You go to math to learn math, and you go to science to learn science.
Oh, because it's determined that in some arbitrary, like,
it's not
university.
arbitrary. They have distinct differences, dude. Distinct differences.
No. Many mathematicians would disagree with you. No.
Yes. Okay, what's a hypothesis in mathematics? Give me a mathematical hypothesis.
I don't fucking know. I just follow what
because it's not
say.
Science. It's math.
It is science, man.
Math is math. Science is science.
No, math is a king of all science.
Okay, then why are there two different words for them then?
No, science is a set
science is not math. Math is not science. Okay, science is not mathematics. Mathematics is not science. They are two different branches of study. You go to university to become a mathematician, or you go to university to become a scientist. You don't go to university to become a mathematicianist.
Where do you live? Because, for example, in my country, it's not. Wait. Is it?
Daniel.
I don't fucking know.
Calm down, bro. Listen.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't know about a subject matter, it's fine. You don't have to get defensive.
No. I mean, I'm not getting defensive.
All right, just to clear up a couple. Just to clear up a few things. Okay?
I'm chill.
Okay. Just to clear up a few things. Okay. You know, it is a debate by the general. The definition of the word, right? Which is just a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. But it isn't like a debate for points or anything like that. No one's trying to beat you up or win an argument with you. We're actually trying to help you. So we're just trying to give you some clarifying information, okay? And
no, I'm sorry.
20 Cups was giving you ways to understand how the Earth isn't curving without going into outer space or doing something like that. And what T-Dub is explaining to you is that math is not a form of science. Why? Because you don't use the scientific method to do math, okay? Math is a language. It describes things, okay? So these are distinct differences between the two subjects, okay? So that's all. We could just move off of it and move on to another subject. Yeah, it's just get past this little hurdle. I just felt like the conversation was just going poorly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to give my 2 cents. I'm not a mathematician. I just heard that math uses some scientific methods, and that's why I repeated it. but I don't fucking know in general. And I'm actually chill. I'm not debateful, you know. I'm not trying to debate stuff. So I'm actually very chill.
Well, check this out, Daniel.
I'm really.
I,
I'm sorry. So wait.
go ahead.
It was very.
Go.
It was very joyful, pleasant to talk to you. I'm sorry if I was a bit harsh, rude. I'm sorry.
It's
It
all
was
good,
very
dude.
chill.
The thing
I
is,
actually
right? So
enjoyed.
I would not disagree with you to say that math employs similar methodologies to those done in scientific field, right? You see something, or you notice something, or you think something to be the case or not, and you find a way to test it out, right? Like, oh, I wonder what 10 bajillion divided by this thing is. I think it's less than this number. Let me try it out. Do some division. Oh, damn, I was wrong. Or, oh, I was right. Right? You're diagnosing in a way, right? You're problem solving. It's a problem solving, right? The thing, right? They're both problem solving, but different types of problems. And because they're different types of problems, they require distinct approaches. All right. So when people use the term the scientific method, right, there are key elements or key steps in that process that make it distinct from those done in math. So, for example, in science, you notice something out in nature, a natural phenomena, and you ask the question, what causes this thing to happen? You suppose it's probably this or it's probably that. Let me devise a way to figure that out. So you set up an experiment. Oh, I'm going to try and tweak this thing and see if it causes this thing in question. Oh, it does or it does not. And then you can maybe quantify by how much it does, if it does, and then you can employ some math. But that's kind of like nowadays it's almost a necessity because things are sophisticated, like calculators and shit are prevalent. So of course let's do some of that. But at its onset, it's not necessarily required, right? But you can use math in science to help, to provide more in-depth, accurate descriptions of the things in question, right? But at its onset, they're separate. It's just like I think it was John or Tito were saying, it is a language. You're trying to communicate the little bits and pieces of a particular thing that happened out there, right? The math is all in your head, right? It's not out there. See what I mean? So they're not the same at all.
Okay, I agree with you, man.
That's all.
I actually don't care, to be honest.
Okay. All right, man. Well, have a good night then.
No, I'm sitting there. It actually was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yeah, well, yeah,
with you guys. Yeah, I don't know why. What's the dude name? John Luna decided that I was a bit like debateful or nervous. No, I wasn't. I was kind of chill, isn't it? Wasn't I?
No, I didn't mean to imply anything there. I don't know how you took what I said, but what I was getting at was I didn't like the way the conversation was going. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see.
It just felt like it was a little bit combative.
No, it's okay. I'm really I'm a bit fuzzy right now, and it's 4 a.m. for me, and it's okay. Okay, never mind. I could care more, or could care less. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not really that categorical. Yeah. Okay. So never mind.
At any rate, I'm going to leave you guys. Nice chat with you, Daniel, but I got to go. Hopefully you find some something throughout all this.
Okay, see you, man.
Okay, so when we're talking about the world and we're talking about the earth, we're talking about natural science. So I'm going to drop you a citation. Give me 1 second.
I don't remember. Did you say you don't believe in gravity? Is that something you may have said?
No, that's not the case, and that's a misunderstanding. Yeah, that people seem to take. We all witness the same effects. Yeah, we see that some things fall down to the ground. Not all things, but some things. So we're not denying that fact. What we're doing is questioning the causation, because the causation is not based in science, it's based in metaphysics, and that causation that we're told is the bending and warping of a concept. So at 21 minutes past the hour, natural science, the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behaviour of the physical and natural world through observation. Right? Just there in that definition, the physical world rules out the causation of gravity being anything to do with science. So there's your first one. Now we're going to have a look at, hold on, let me step this out for you. All right. So the scientific method has 4 steps, yeah? So the scientific method, observation and a description of a phenomenon or group of phenomena. Yeah, when we're talking about something dropping or water boiling, formulation of a hypothesis to explain that phenomena that we've seen occurring in nature. Use of the hypothesis to predict the existence of other phenomena. Performance of experimental tests of the predictions by several independent experiments and properly performed experiments. Yeah. So the difference between what science does and the scientific method, it distinguishes science from other forms of explanation because of its requirement of systematic experimentation. Which is what I just explained to you very, very basically earlier. Now, so science is based on an empirical basis, the scientific method, predictive power, and independent and dependent variables, which we discussed. Your dependent is your witnessed phenomenon. Your independent is your proclaimed cause, your belief. Some information there on dependent and independent variables.
Okay, so again, I was asking, like, you guys have these theories and you guys have tested it for the flatness of your local space, okay? But for anything else, you guys have...
Not so much local, yeah, because at the end of the day, we are given a radius value of the Earth. We're told it's 3959 miles, right? So off that 3959 miles, we're then able to work out that drop over distance, 8 inches per mile squared. Or if we're standing on the side of a shoreline, it would be 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet to the physical curve of the Earth. So I myself have gone out and done long distance observations. Over 20 kilometres would be the furthest I've done, yeah? So a good example is one where I used to live. There was an island 10 kilometres off. I could see the people swimming and the waves breaking on that shoreline. According to the Globe math, that should have been 7 meters below my eye line. Now, if we want to go further than that, we've also got long distance laser tests that have also been completed over much, much greater distances where there's many, many, many meters of missing curvature where the target is being hit. So the problem is that we're claimed to live on a globe, yeah, on a oblate spheroid. So if we can debunk this radius value, it then debunks everything, because everything they do is based off this claimed radius value.
Okay, and I asked the previous guy, let's say you do that. What then?
Well, from there, we obviously know that we're being lied to, yeah? We're not living where we're told that we are, that this globe is based on beliefs. It's based in metaphysics. So one, I know that I've been lied to, yeah? I know the truth, that I don't live where I'm told I'm living, yeah? Now, beyond that, how that affects you personally and your everyday life, well, I can't answer that for you. But for me, truth is very important.
Okay, that's fine. And that's acceptable. Now, the thing that I was asking the other dude also is, if that's the case, you guys have a fairly, I'm assuming, decent community. Why is it you guys haven't gone into the fields of science, like, I don't know, being astronauts or being nuclear physicists or explorers or something of the sort, go into the military and, expose this lie? Like, why haven't you... Pardon?
Okay, so yes, some people are. Okay,
We are in the military.
I came to flat Earth in my... How old would I have been? I would have been in my 30s. Yeah. I already had a job. I already had a career. I already had a family. So for me, I'm not going to go out and join the military to go and tell them that the Earth is flat. Yeah. But what I can do is I can look at their documents, look at how their weapon systems work, look at how they fire long distance, rail guns, lasers, etc. And I can see that the curvature and the Coriolis is never accounted for in that case. But we do have plenty of ex-military, current military. We've got flat earthers who design satellites and satellite telemetry. But what we find is that all of these things are compartmentalized, yeah, when it comes to the government and these. But at the end of the day, for me, these other questions that you have, yeah, we don't need to give an explanation on those other topics, yeah. We're falsifying the globe. We don't need to have an answer as to what it could be doing to falsify what the claim is. And these things are all secondary to the most important fact that any long distance measurements, any long distance lasers, it's measured as flat. We navigate as flat. We build as flat. That's it. We measure, build, navigate, utilize, view the Earth as flat and stationary. So what the sun's doing, what the moon's doing, what's underneath, all of these things are secondary questions to the fact that we measure Earth as flat.
Okay.
It may be interesting, but it's not going to change. It's not going to change anything.
Okay. You did mention something, and I want some clarification on this. You say you look into how their weapons fire and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How does a long-range ballistic missile work?
I don't have that information off the top of my head right now to give it to you Uh,
Well, I'm assuming you have
but they all fire in a straight line. Yeah, they're not taking into account any curvature. So, for example, a big claim. I think I've got a citation here for this one. Give me a second, because I'd rather provide you with a citation than me just rattling shit off.
It's all just going to be the same as just calculating the trajectory of any projectile. I mean, you're going to have to figure out an angle relative to horizontal, and then you're going to take into account the weight and the force behind the propulsion, etc.
Yeah, you've got a drop over distance, you've got humidity, you've got wind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never the curvature of the Earth or the rotation. I'm just trying to find this citation for you.